What's up, everybody? It's Dan from the band Arcanaut here to do another gear review for you with this bad motherfucker. This is the Ibanez XPT700, also known as the Xiphos. Starting from top to bottom, we have the Wizard 2 neck made out of maple and walnut. It's got the 24 jumbo frets and the 25.5-inch scale length. As you can see, it's also got the reverse shark tooth inlays and the reverse headstock, which is pretty badass. You don't see that a whole lot. It's also neck through, solid body. The body is actually made out of mahogany. Down here we have the Edge 3 Tremolo bridge, which is pretty badass if you're into that kind of shit. It's also equipped with the DiMarzio D-Activator pickups, which is pretty bitchin'. It's actually my favorite pickup to use. I've got it in my V that I'm going to be doing a review for here pretty soon as well. And as you can see, anything special about this finish? It's the blue Chameleon finish. So if you look at it, depending on how the light looks at it, it changes between blue and green, which is pretty fucking badass. The headstock's like that too. It's all like that on the back. Like, just the whole body is coated in this beautiful ass finish. And yeah, I think it's pretty sick. There's also a red Chameleon finish, which I think goes from red to green. So that's pretty cool. I haven't seen that one in person, but if it's anything like this blue one, it's probably pretty fucking badass. Something also kind of unique about this, I don't know if you can see that, but on these last 5 frets, they're cut. They're cut into each other, and I believe that's for soloing. It's supposed to make bending easier, I believe. But I always thought that was cool. This is my first guitar I've had that's kind of like that. I don't know if you can see that, but it's pretty cool. You know how like your standard frets are straight? You know, these are like cut. They dip in between the strings. So that's pretty badass. The only complaints I have about this guitar is it's kind of got some neck dive issues when it comes to having a strap on it. I was using this guitar live for a long time. And it just always bugged me when you're trying to play, you know, when it's trying to dip this way, when the natural playing position is more like this. There's obviously ways to fix that. There's people that are on YouTube with videos all over the place where they tell you can move these strap buttons to move them in different spots, which will help have the strap hang in a different position to kind of help with that. Me personally, I don't like to drill more holes into my guitar. So I don't like that option, but I did find, if you know who Fluff is on YouTube, he's got a really good video on how to fix that. He uses adhesive brake weights, and they're non-conductible, so what he does is he sticks them in these little chambers back here, and that adds more weight to the body, keeping the body like this instead of trying to dip with the neck. The only other issue I have, and it could just be this specific guitar, I got this guitar used, so I don't know if it's just this one or if anybody else has had this problem, but the Edge Tremolo bridge is not the best. Obviously you want to go with the Floyd Rose. You know, you get what you pay for, and the Edge 3 just isn't up to par. Things I've had issues with mine is these springs pop out all the fucking time. If you tried to pull up on it this way, then this whole piece shifts this way and it loosens these springs, and the springs just pop right out. When I got this guitar, the back plate wasn't even on when I bought it used, probably because the person who had it before me was trying to use the bridge, and the springs kept popping out, and they had to keep opening it up to put the fucking springs back in, so they just said fuck it and kept the fucking back piece off, which I would have done the same damn thing because it was really frustrating. I did just notice that you could probably adjust these screws, but I know these screws are really long already, so I don't know how much farther these screws could go in there. I've already tried tightening them pretty hard, and they're in there pretty much as far as they'll go, so I don't know if maybe you need tighter springs or what, but just the angle that this piece flips back at causes these springs to pop out, so which is why, I don't know if you can see, I put a fucking bridge lock in there trim lock in there, so that way you can't actually pull up on it, so the springs don't pop out. You can still dive, you can still go down, you just can't pull up on it. So it kind of restricts you in that aspect, you know, because I know like a lot of people, especially people like Dimebag Daryl, he used to fucking love pulling on this shit, you know, and get those really high pitched squeals. So if that's something you're kind of into, you can try the Edge 3 on this guitar and see if you have the same problem or not, or maybe it's just this model or my guitar specifically that's doing this shit. But yeah, I put the fucking trim lock in there because I was just getting sick of it. So, or what you could do is just upgrade the bridge entirely, put the Floyd in there. I'm not sure if they're compatible, but I'm pretty sure there's a couple different options you can upgrade to instead of having this bridge, because yeah, my experiences with it are just, I don't really care for it, which is why I put the trim lock in there. So like now, diving, I could dive all fucking day. This thing stays in tune, it stays intonated, it sounds fucking great. Everything else is fine, it's just pulling up on it does not work for me, so that's why I locked it in place, so you can't do that. But I guess now would be a good time to demo this guitar. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a shorter version of a cover. I'm going to do Of Fire in the Void by Behemoth, just to give you a little sample of what this guitar sounds like. All the guitar parts were recorded with this guitar. Obviously I still recorded the bass on the bass that I have, and I programmed the drums, but all the guitar parts are recorded with this guitar 100%, so that way you can hear exactly what this guitar sounds like. And we'll go from there. Let me know what you think in the comments section.